YouTube, how's it freaking going? And welcome back to another video. Chris Chico here. Today is Monday in our workout program. In reality, today is Tuesday. However, we do start the first day of the week for our working out week on Tuesday because I do a 4-day working out split. If you guys don't know, today is day number 7 of the Impetus strength program. Typically, basing off last week, today would be back, and then tomorrow will be shoulders. But last week, if you guys missed that video, day number 5, chest and triceps, your boy was doing a heavy bench press and I was incapable of getting the weight up that I wanted to originally. And part of that is, of course, because I need to adapt and get stronger, but also part of that I think is the fatigueness that I experienced from hitting shoulders the day before, because of course when you're hitting a bench press, you are using the front portion of your shoulders pretty drastically too. I mean, most of the time I finish off a chest day, I'm feeling it quite a lot in the front portion of my shoulders. But needless to say, I'm not going to make excuses. I am going to experiment though, and of course there isn't a solution to every issue, and the solution to this issue is to hit shoulders, back, and then chest. That way I do have the adequate rest for the front portion of my shoulders. So today is a shoulder day. Going to be doing some heavy overhead presses. It is going to be a 3-rep day, which means I will be going heavier in the weight, which means it is going to be a little bit more scary, of course, because you are having a lot more weight over your head, and that is why you guys got to make sure you guys are doing it safely. However, I did want to talk about something, guys, and that is knowledge is power, okay? So your boy is buying his personal training course really soon, rather today, ISSA, and I'm going to be doing that. The price of it's around $1,300, and why I say that is because a lot of times, guys, people look at the prices of books and all that stuff, and they don't really look at it as a valuable purchase. But they're okay with spending money on cars, on bags, on jackets, on designer this, on that new video game, or whatever the case may be. Guys, pay yourselves first, and what that means is pay for your knowledge. Pay yourself first. You know, with your diet, because, you know, healthy body, healthy life. If you got the energy to fuel yourself through the day, you're going to be able to conquer the day a lot better and be more proactive with what you're doing, guys. Because, of course, your body is like a car. If you feed your car shit, what do you expect from your car? It ain't going to run very long. The same thing with your body. So eat healthy, of course, and that is the purpose of this channel with the fitness. However, it's also mindset oriented, and the back to the mindset. Guys, pay for your learning. You know, you can get all these objectified things, a car, a bag, a new video game. Well, the video game's going to go out of date. The car is going to run out of, you know, it's not going to be able to run eventually, and whatever else you purchase eventually will lose its value. However, what will never lose its value, guys, is the investments you place upon yourself, okay? If you learn and you implement what you guys learn to become better, that is the best investment you guys could ever do. Ever do. But enough said, today is shoulder day. Going to be a solo workout. I don't want to sit around and talk too long. Let's get this workout going. I always say it, but I'm going to say it again. I always recommend hitting your compound movements at the beginning of your guys' workout because it exerts the most energy. And of course, when the whole purpose of this program is to get better at doing the compound movements. Today's compound movement is the overhead shoulder press. Now, I don't typically use the wrist wraps because, now take this with a grain of salt because everyone has different bodily functions and injuries. But with the belt and the wrist wraps, I know I could lift more with them. So they kind of give me a bit of an advantage. So I like to do it as much as I can with just my body. It's kind of similar to what I've said before about using the wrist straps when you're doing deadlifts. Now, of course, I'm not deadlifting like 700 pounds. However, in my eyes, if you can't really deadlift it without the wraps, it just means your wrists aren't strong enough to hold that weight. And of course, when you're hitting movements like that, every portion of your body should be equally strong. That way you have the ability to lift up that weight adequately. And similarly with the belt, I of course can lift heavier. But again, everyone's body's different. Everyone has different bodily functions. I'm starting off with a plate and 2 10s, which I believe would be, we do quick math. So 135 plus 40 is 175. Probably do a bit more. I just want to see how this one feels because of, like, if you guys didn't see last week, for the last little bit when I've been doing shoulder presses, it's just been right in front of me rather than going all the way across over my head. And that's how you get the most out of the exercise when you get it over your head. There's been something new that I've been trying. So we'll see how it feels with this weight. It is 3 reps today, of course. And if you guys don't notice, I have these hammer strength bars. These things are phenomenal, especially when you guys are going heavy on this particular exercise. It is a little taxing, a little scary to have that heavy weight over your head. So as long as you have a safety net being this, because if I do fail and I can't bring it up, I'll start falling down. I could just come down with a squat, right? And it'll land on this, I'll be safe, I'll be able to get out. But you don't want to have these too high to the point where you're incapable of getting a full range of motion. So just a little higher than my, right under, because I'm gonna start off right at my chin level. So right, a little over that should be perfect. Let's get this done. You know what? I get more deep into that. I got one more. Damn. Last week I was able to do the plate in a 10 pretty well. But today I'm definitely feeling a lot more. Still have one more rep. Still take a little breather in between because like I've said before, I like to stay at the weight that I start at. I feel like for me to get that initial pulse up, I really need to get myself in a position to get it up. I think that's really what altered, or rather kind of anchored me at the first rep there. If I was to get underneath it more and push it up, that way I use a bit of leg drive to get it to where I want it to be, because right now it's not where I want it to be. I want it to be like around this area. So I think that's kind of what threw me off on the first rep. Kind of fatigued me a bit, but we got one more. Let's see if we can do this shit. Yeah. I know when I'm doing seated, I could bang out the fucking plate in a 25, but standing's a lot more. Use your body a lot more. And you'll notice my stance was different than last week because I had both feet here. But I guess I got to get more acquainted with the weight. That was pretty brutal. Regardless, we got this for 3 sets, and I am going to stick at this weight, just taking adequate rest in between. And of course, doing what I didn't do at the beginning, which is driving up with my legs to get it where I want it to be. Let's get this shit. Hopefully you guys can see me, but I can confirm that on the shoulder press there, the military press to be more specific, you definitely really do want to get under it prior to lifting it off. Because that last set and the last 2 that you guys didn't see, I was able to do those 3 reps pretty cleanly. Still had the split stance, of course, because I feel like it allows you to have more balance. Kind of depends on what you guys want to do. I know that if you were to put your 2 feet just equally apart, shoulder width apart, in line, you're definitely using more core strength. But it's okay because we are trying to lift heavier. So I mean, whatever stance I can do so safely. Although when it comes to deadlift, I'm definitely a conventional squat. I do not do the sumo squats. I don't like doing them. Only conventional out here. Get more range of motion. But now we're gonna work into our plank. Now last week I didn't do a weight. This week I am, and I did it for 2 minutes. Actually need to grab my timer. I did 2 minutes with just the body weight with Andre Baller. Now a little side note, Andre Baller told me he'd come to set the next day, but he didn't even end up showing up. I mean, I'm not surprised. That motherfucker is not, he ain't about it, okay? You guys should learn from him what not to do. But I'm gonna be doing a 35 for a plank hold for about 1:15. And I mean, I haven't done this in a while. I'll probably do a little more. I said last week as well, I'll say it again. This floor is fucking hard. You guys do not need to do this with a hard floor. You guys can use a mat. Doesn't make your, like, the point of this exercise isn't to get my elbows stronger. The point of this exercise is to get my abs stronger, and to do so is to hold it, right? So if I'm just putting my elbows on a hard floor versus a soft floor, it doesn't make a difference. But let's get this shit done. It's actually a bit of a struggle to put that on. Okay, 3. Let's get into position first. And let's start. Bang. All right, 1:15 on the clock. Let's get this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, wait till we hit the, hear this. Losing my train of thought. We wait till we hit the timer, because a lot, or sorry, hear the timer, because a lot of times when I do planks with other people, once that thing hits 0, they're done. But I wait till I hear the timer. My phone's on silent. I promise the timer went off there. It was buzzing, but when I get into a plank, I mean, I know I'm in there for a long duration of time, and to think about the duration of time, it's kind of setting yourself up for failure. I think what's most important is to just lock in, guys. I mean, like what I do typically is just stare at something, just think about something else, ignore what's going on in your ab section, and in this case my elbows, because of course, like I said before, is a hard floor. But yeah, just lock in, don't think about the time, don't watch the time. That's that's definitely setting yourself up for failure, because that's never good. You guys want to just lock it in. Who cares how long you have? It's not about how long you have, it's about just holding it, right? So let's move on. You know, one of the most common questions that I get is, what is the difference between a winner and a loser? And to be honest, it stems to one specific thing, and that's mindset. Now, to start it off, a winner starts, a loser just talks. It's so easy to talk about shit and talk about what you're gonna do, and you know, you're gonna do this, you know, you want to envision things, because of course, you know, I am a big believer in envisioning things, and of course creating vision boards, because you can't find something you don't know what you're looking for, right? So being very clear on your goals and whatever the case may be is very important. However, being clear and having that clarity does not mean you're going to achieve it. What makes you achieve it is action, immediate action, because a lot of people, especially in terms of the gym, talk about how they want to lose weight or how they're going to get into their fitness goals. I've heard it all the time. I've sat down with a lot of my friends before who've sat there and spoken to me about, oh dude, I can't wait to get into the gym, you're going to train me, blah, 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 blah. Needless, you know, just packing on each other of all these types of things that they're going to do. And dude, talk is fucking cheap. Start doing shit. When you start doing shit, that's when you're gonna see results. And that's what separates a winner from a loser, is someone who takes action. There's a lot of attributes of a winner that overcome a loser. However, there's also a difference between someone who wants it and someone who kinda wants it. And both of which can fall in terms of a winner, because of course showing up and doing it is something that is gonna lead you to become a winner. However, showing up and putting in the right work versus just showing up are two different things, right? And that kind of separates someone who kind of wants it and someone who really wants it. I mean, I could show up to the gym, lift a couple weights, not push myself, you know, with the overhead press, lift at a comfortable weight that I know I could do for magnitude of reps. Of course, you know, depending on what your fitness goals are, that might make sense. However, my goal is to get stronger, and for me to do something in that form is not going to lead to that, right? So I come in here with the right mindset, I'm going to get it done regardless of what I have to do, right? And also, like, people who go to the gym just twice a week, or, you know, set their alarm for 6:30 a.m. and don't even wake up to it, you're just setting yourself up for failure. There's a lot of attributes that really do separate a winner and a loser, but the main thing is immediate action, okay? Because I say this quote often, but I love it. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And that's the reality of it. You'll never be able to attain something immediately. I mean, if you do, it is what it is, but the reality of it is, if you want to achieve something, you have the ability to. You just have to walk the path. But enough said, we're gonna start into our exercise. We're gonna be doing lateral raises into the front raise. Now, it is the second time doing the shoulder, so it's week number 2. We're gonna be doing, of course, a heavier weight. Not throwing away the controlness, because you do want to control the weight. Now, I do go a little quicker on this and, you know, machines and something in that form. Typically how I view it when I'm using free weights versus machines, because machines do take away certain things that you have to worry about. Of course, with this, you know, there's more room for air, versus if there's a lateral machine, it's just fixated, right? I don't have to worry about, you know, bringing it up equally or anything in that form when I am on a machine. So I could really just specifically focus on the negatives. Now, of course, I do want to control the negatives, but we're gonna get this done. I'm doing 30s, and this is for 10 reps. Right into the front raise. Okay, remember supersetting, one after another, don't rest in between, maximize the gains by doing that, and also kill the workout in half. But yeah, 2 more sets. Let's do this. A winner is someone who shows up and does the things that they say they're gonna do regardless of how they feel in outstanding circumstances. Furthermore, a winner is someone who surrounds himself with like-minded individuals who are all aspiring to become better, because you are the average of the people you surround yourself with. If you spend your time with a bunch of drug addicts, you're probably going to become another drug addict. But on the flip side, if you surround yourself with a bunch of millionaires, you'll become another millionaire. I've said that before, but it's very important to remember, guys, because the people you exert energy to are very influential on what you're doing in life. And if you're surrounded by a bunch of people who are driven and who are doing what they say they're gonna do, you're gonna be influenced by that. And there's also a little more to it, right? You should also learn from people find mentors and learn from people who are already living the life you wanna live. A lot of time we take advice from people who aren't in a position where we wanna be in. And that doesn't make sense, because if they were where you wanted to be, they know what they need to do, or you need to do to be there. Right? But when someone's not in that position, they're simply saying off of I want to say ill intent, but it isn't. It's just ignorance. It really is ignorance. They don't know what to do. But that is very important, guys. I mean, needless to say, the gym is such a beautiful thing because it allows you to learn a lot of skills that are applicable for other endeavors in life. One of which is delayed gratification. You know, you have that hope that you're going to achieve a good body, and that belief system that eventually you will achieve the body of your dreams through the right actions, right? Actions being the gym, your nutrition, your sleep, your recovery, all those sorts of things. And that's applicable to other aspirations that you have in life, because the reality of it is things aren't going to come instantaneously. And if they do, kudos to you. But anything worth value requires hard work, right? That's where value derives from. If it was easy, everyone would do it and it wouldn't have any value. I mean, if everyone had beautiful bodies, what would really be the value in that? There wouldn't be. So putting in the work and training to become better is one of the best things you guys can ever do to yourself. And if you guys are ambitionless and not sure what you guys want to do in life, go to the gym. Start working out. And most of you guys are probably watching this because you're either working out or you want to get into the gym. Or you just like my entertainment. But regardless, whatever your purpose is, go to the gym. The gym is going to teach you those fundamental life skills that you are going to need to excel in any endeavor you do in life. But enough said. I'm going to be doing weighted Roman twists into iron butterflies. Doing 22.5. Now last week I did 15 reps of the Roman twists and then 25 reps of the iron butterflies. I'm going to increase gradually by 2 here, just so I can consistently get that better and better and better. I do wish that I could do weighted iron butterflies, but I definitely can actually, now I think about it, if I put weights on my ankles, but I don't have those accessible here. I have to look into getting those, but let's get this done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I did 20. I guess 20 is the baseline. Probably do 20, 30, but if you guys notice, I'm doing 1, 2. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's both sides. That counts as 1 rep. Alright, I'll do 30. A winner is someone who goes the extra mile, and that's what I just did. Could have stopped at 27, had the ability to do 30, have more reps going on. Now when I do abs, I don't really rest in between, at most 10 seconds. Of course, after the superset. That's why I probably could have done 50, but I have other sets to do, and I want to have that consistency element, because if I did 50 now, I definitely wouldn't be able to hit 50 the next set. But let's get this. You know, it's been asked of me a couple times to give out some more dietary tips when it comes to these videos. And one of which, I'll start it off right, is you guys should be drinking around 2 to 4 liters of water. I personally drink roughly around the middle range there, about 3.5 liters. I have the 2-liter bottle here. Now, I do I would say getting a bigger bottle is a good depiction of how much water you're supposed to drink a day, because it's a lot easier to recognize, and of course it's more accessible rather than just getting a bunch of water bottles that you just got to keep using constantly. But there's so many benefits to water. So I just Googled it because there's so many to remember. I'll read off 5 of them, but there's 15 here. It lubricates the joints, it forms saliva and mucus, it delivers oxygen through the body, it boosts skin health and beauty, it cushions the brain, spinal cord, and other sensitive tissues, it regulates body temperature, the digestive system depends on it, it flushes body waste, it helps maintain blood pressure, the airway needs it, and much more. But you can't over drink water. There gets to a certain point where your kidneys are incapable of handling all the water you're using. So definitely don't drink too much, because you're basically flooding your body. But there will be more diet tips coming around, guys. I'll show you guys exactly what I'll be eating, because the diet is being formulated. I have a new diet because, if I'm being honest, I kind of need a reverse diet, because I've been eating very minuscule amount of calories than I should be. Because typically around my weight, which is around 180, 185-ish at 5'10", I should be consuming about 2,800 to 2,900 with my fitness level. I was trying to figure a better word, my fitness regimen. It sounds better. But on a bulking stage, which is kind of what I'm doing, I want to be on a surplus of about 400 to 500. So I aim for about the 1,300 calorie mark. Now there is ways to determine how much protein, fats, and carbs you're supposed to consume. Typically, I like to match the protein and carbs. But I think it's like 250 or something like that. There's an equation for it. I can't remember the exact equation at the top of my head, but there is an equation for it. Of course, I am no dietitian, so everything that I'm telling you guys is strictly what works for me and what I know. And similarly to what I said about investing in yourself, I'm no financial expert, but investing in yourself has never, ever in the history of mankind resulted in a negative. Because if you become better, I mean, that's the objective, right? But enough said. I was able to get the cable today, or rather the rope for the cable exercise, because I didn't like the way the band felt yesterday, or the last time, but let's get this done. 1, 2. I'm controlling the concentric on this one, which is the hold. 7. Supersetting with shoulder shrugs, but similarly, I will be controlling the concentric, the way up. See if I get a good angle here. 1. So I hold it for typically like 3 seconds on both. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But it is a lot easier to count the rep you're on 3 times. That way you're not confungling your mind with too many numbers, because it can get a little bit, especially if you're on like, I don't know, like 11 and you're just like 1, 2, 3. It's like, what am I at now? So typically, like if I say I'm at 6 reps, 6, 6, 6, or 6, 6, 6. That's actually a bad number to say. I didn't even realize. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. But enough said. Supersetting these two motherfuckers together for 3 sets, 10 reps each. Let's get done. Okay, we're gonna work into our next exercise, which is the finisher superset for the abs. I'm gonna be doing some bicycle crunches and weighted crunches. Now, last week when I did the weighted crunches, it was definitely a lot harder than I expected with the 25, especially after completing the bicycles. But I did want to touch on something quickly. We live in a world of abundance, which has created everything to be immediate for us. Delayed gratification is something that is just so foreign to a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, they want to know how far the sun is from the moon. They could Google that and find out that information, whereas back in the day, you had to go out of your way to find that information, go to a library, ask someone, you know, I don't know, some Scientology scientist or something of that form. But needless to say, that's developed a society where everything we get immediately. And when it comes to going towards your goals and getting the body that you want in the gym, you guys are gonna think it's gonna come easy and it's gonna come immediate, and then when it doesn't, it's gonna deter you guys from wanting to do it anymore. But the reality of it is, that's what separates winners from losers, guys. The reality is, if it was easy and if it was immediate, it wouldn't have any value. Like, look at the ability to see how far the sun is from the moon. Like, honestly, the fact that I can Google that and find it out is cool. But this level of satisfaction you would achieve if you had to go out of your way to find it, or find someone that knew that, is a lot more, right? And it's similar to how, you know, going for those goals that look far-fetched are. But enough said, I want to crush this set on and get out of here. Gonna be doing, I think, 30 or 25 of the bicycles, and then right after, gonna go into the weight-in. Last time I had Andre to give me the weight, but this time it's just me, so we'll see how this goes. 2, 3, 4, Okay, now we're in our weighted crunches. 1. Oh, I feel like the mic's gonna fall off, guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I know it came pretty easy there, but I promise, as this set progresses, because as I said earlier, when I hit abs, I don't rest too long in between sets. I go right into it. Fuck, that 9 I just did is not gonna go up as easy. So let's get this done. Fuck how we feel. We push through this and we get it done. We have arrived home safely. I'm very grateful for it. It has started snowing, but there is something that needs to be said, guys. A lot of people find satisfaction, a sort of satisfaction, in talking about what they're gonna do rather than actually doing it. Almost to the point where they're so satisfied with just talking about it that they don't even take the action because they just feel like they've done something. It's kind of similar to like looking at a screen and, you know, reading and researching about the thing you want to get into. Like, for example, YouTube. You could sit there, watch 1,000 videos of how to become a YouTuber, but if you want to become a YouTuber or anything, you just need to start. And that's the reality of it. A lot of people are afraid to start, but guys, I'm going to give it to you straight here. If you guys are unsatisfied with your life and you believe your life to be shitty, your life is going to continue being shitty until you make that change. If you continue doing what you're doing right now, it's going to continue being shitty. Because what you're doing right now is the exact reason why your life is shitty. I don't know exactly what it is, guys, but find what you're passionate about. Find what sparks that ember in you that makes you feel like every day is a Friday and you are excited to go down the journey and are excited to progress. Progression is key, right? And that comes through consistency, because you're going to get better. You are going to get better at something you put your time and your mind towards, because they say 10,000 hours to master something. And in order to hit that 10,000 hour mark, you need to start. You need to hit that first hour. But enough said. Hit that sub button if you're new. We are en route to hit 1,000 subs by April 1st, 2024. We are currently at 623 at the time of this recording. I appreciate every single one of you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Drop a comment down below what you guys are grateful for. As always, guys, find your impetus. Goodbye.